Andrews. I'm sideline reporter for ESPN.
Erin Andrews is the it girl of sports, one of ESPN's hardest working sideline reporters.
I work about 100 events a year. I work the sidelines of college football, college basketball, Major League Baseball.
Erin's at all the big games, and she's become a full-blown sensation on the web.
It has created a lot of attention for me. So in one way it can be your friend, in another way it can be your enemy. If anything, it's very flattering.
And it all started as a kid, watching ball games with Dad.
He's the reason why I'm doing it. He's the reason why I have so much passion for it. So it's been cool.
All right, Erin, big-time reporter for ESPN. You've been voted by Playboy America's sexiest sportscaster. You go on YouTube, there are 71 different entries, and you're the it girl. We're going to find out kind of how you got here, but it started basically watching ball games with your dad.
It's easy as that, you know. My dad, poor guy, 3 women in the house, my mom, my sister, and I, and even the golden retrievers are girls.
I'm the same way.
Yeah,
all girls, girl dogs, same thing.
And I'm the oldest, so would sit on the couch with Dad, and he'd say, all right, this is Larry Bird. He's God, and you're going to cherish him. This is Brett Favre. He does no wrong in your book, even when, you know, he throws the 8,000 interceptions. And these are the Boston Red Sox, and you will cheer for them, and they will break your heart.
Yes.
So it was sat on the couch, and, you know, my favorite thing to do was watch the Celtics on NBA on NBC when Hannah Storm was kind of doing the halftime segments. And I'd always see her joking around with Barkley and having fun with Magic and Bird. And, you know, one day I just looked at my dad and I said, I want to do this. I want to do what Hannah's doing. And he just looked back at me, because he's in the business as well, and said, yeah, everybody wants to do this, but you have to be different.
Right. And then what was your first break?
My first break, actually right out of school, 21, 22 years old, the Tampa Bay Lightning were looking for kind of a young female to put on the sidelines. They were horrific. They were the worst team in the league. And they were just looking, you know, to make a splash with their coverage. And I got the gig. I was actually, the night before I got the gig, I went for an interview. I was reading Hockey for Dummies in my bed, because I grew up in Florida. I knew nothing about hockey. I was a college football fan, you know, Florida Gators. And I got the gig, and I just said, oh, my God, I know nothing about goalies. I know nothing about how many men are on the ice. And the greatest part was their head coach was so hard on people, and he was so demanding, and he was the kind of guy that was like, I don't know if I should have a 22-year-old traveling with this team, with these young men. And it was the best thing that happened to me. They were horrible. I learned how to act around a team. I learned how to conduct myself in front of players. I learned how to ask the tough questions, because they stunk.
Somehow you've hit a nerve. You know, you blogs, like I said, they're all over you. You're the it girl. 2 questions. Why you? And is there any kind of creep element to it at the same time?
I'll go with the creep element question first. That's always a fun one, right?
Right.
Sometimes. You got to be, I mean, you know, you have to be really careful with the way you present yourself, because these camera phones are so dangerous. And they can take pictures of any sort of outfit you're wearing, and it keeps you motivated to stay in shape, because they can take shots of you at all angles. You know what? I have to get used to it. And you do get used to it. One of the first things my dad said to me when I saw myself on the internet is, you want to do this? Yeah. Get thick skin, or get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
The first time we were on TV, didn't somebody blog, you need a nose job, and you went home crying?
I needed a nose job. I was with the Tampa Bay Lightning at the time. You saw your name on the message board, so I clicked on it. You know, you want to know what are people saying? She needs a nose job. Her voice sounds like nails on a chalkboard, and she's with so-and-so. Walked out in my living room, started hysterically crying. My dad said, do you want to be on ESPN? Yeah. Well, then get used to it. Toughen up or get out. Because he knew it was going to get worse. It has. It's crazy. I try to stay away from it. I've got friends forwarding me stuff left and right. Did you see this picture? Did you see what they said? Motivates you to stay in shape, and it actually, you have to be very, very careful.
Okay. So why a little brand analysis here? Why are you so hot right now? What do you think? And it's hard to answer that, but you're obviously somebody very self-aware. So, I mean, if you ask me why am I successful on TV, I'd be up because I'm not shy at all. But so why you? Why do you think that's happening?
I think one thing is people have a perception of you. Oh, she's 5'10", she's blonde, this, and this. But then people, she's an everyday, she's your kind of girl next door. You know, I'm a tomboy. You see me I'm going to the airport after this, T-shirt and jeans and a hat.
Yeah.
I think people like that. I think they can relate to that. I also think I'm a little different right now than what's out there. You know, I'm kind of the youngest of the crew right now. People want to find out everything about you, what she got, and I think when they find out, it's just like, oh, she'll, you know, have a beer and talk sports with you. It's not a big deal.
I think you've answered the question. You could be somebody's daughter, best friend, girlfriend, niece. I mean, we just met for the first time. As soon as you walked out, I felt comfortable with you, and you were real. And so obviously you're beautiful, but there's a lot of other stuff going on.
4 for 4 right there.
There you go, baby, right there. Erin Andrews, ESPN Sideline reporter.